So today, Ash is gonna do some more adventuring, but with a friend who can introduce
Maybe a
themselves.
maybe a friend we don't know yet.
um, but we'll make a character sheet for said friend before we get into the little adventure.
Yeah.
So, character creation is actually super, super simple. You have 7 points to assign between your main stats. So, your strength, your dexterity, your wisdom, and charisma.
Nice.
So, you just have 7 points, divide them up how you want. Um,
Does it make any difference based on like class or anything? Because
the next step after that is to choose a class, and then you'll become proficient in that stat based on your class.
okay. And you said I got 7 points.
You have 7 points.
Okay.
Yeah, so like Ash has a 4 in charisma. So this is like, she's really good at charisma. And so whenever you roll, you want to get the lowest number. And if I make a charisma test and I roll like something, then I'll subtract 4.
Okay.
I think that's how it was. Or you no. I misspoke. That's what you have to roll against. So I have to get a 4 or lower to pass a charisma test.
Gotcha.
But I'm really bad at wisdom and strength.
I mean, that's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe. Allegedly. I did see how it went for Ash last time, so maybe it's not so okay.
It might be in her favor to have a pal. Maybe a
Yeah.
15-year-old shouldn't be adventuring by themselves.
Yeah, probably not. That checks out.
Yeah, it's alright.
Okay, well I've got my points.
Perfect.
So
So after you choose your points, you choose a class. And so the classes are Scavenger, Infiltrator, Survivalist, and Socialite. And whichever one you choose will make you proficient in Strength, Dexterity, Wisdom, or Charisma, like
yeah. Um so
respectively.
so I'm playing a character who I've been playing um, in another TTRPG, another solo that can be less than or more than solo, however that works, less or more. Um, whose name is Ranger Breckett. They are a space explorer, and I think that also Ranger is not their first name. I just don't know. I haven't decided that. I also haven't decided if his first name is Breckett or if it's his last name, but it's just what people call him. But his occupation is Space Ranger. For this, though, I think I'm going to go with Survivalist because being an adept learner makes sense for being basically like space science guy.
Absolutely. So he's gonna be proficient in wisdom. The wisest guy.
He's kind of a wise guy. Um, so how do I denote that on my character sheet?
So above your stats, you have class.
Mm-hmm. Ah,
I just wrote
that makes
infiltrator and then in parentheses what it gave me proficiency in.
that makes sense.
The goal of this game is to be super simple. Rules light, adventure heavy.
Yeah, it is very much similar to Alone Among the Stars and Together Among the Stars in that way that there's not a lot of rules to those. Mostly just kind of make it up as you go.
I like that.
Yeah. So is origin the next step?
Yep. So next you'll choose an origin for your character. Each adds +1 to one main stat. So you got Fallout Child, Wild Waste Walker, Old Soul, and City Slicker.
Honestly, like I didn't even have to look at any of the like, oh, this is what it gives you a bonus to or anything. Like the old soul is just like, oh, you're number one for cities, you prefer the wilds. Literally, the majority of the time that I've played this character, he has been alone among the stars, exploring. So yeah, no, he's an old soul for sure.
Perfect. So he has an extra wisdom point.
Yeah.
And so then we go to the substats. You have 4 substats. These are determined by your main stats. Your health is your strength plus dexterity plus 20. Oh, it's not wisdom, it's your willpower.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So you have a lot
thing.
of willpower.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your willpower is your wisdom plus charisma plus 20.
Okay. Back up real quick. You said health is what?
Strength plus dexterity plus 20.
Okay. And you said will was what?
Wisdom plus charisma plus 20.
Okay. So, little less healthy than I am willful.
So then next we'll determine how much money you have. So your cash is 3d6 plus charisma.
Okie doke. Let me actually get my dice out. I have them here. I just haven't done the thing.
Do the thing!
Okie doke. You said 3d6 what?
3d6 plus your charisma.
Nice. I am super charismatic with my 1.
Oh.
I know, right? So 14 caches.
That is more than I started with.
I know.
And I have high charisma.
I got a 6, a 4, and a 3. So
oh, nice. That's not bad.
Doing pretty good. Yeah, doing pretty good.
So
now
then,
it's all down from here.
Yeah, so then we determine your radiation level.
Excellent.
And luckily, you're not a Fallout child, so you don't have extra radiation. Your radiation is 1d6 minus your strength minus your willpower.
Okay. So can it be negative?
No, I think it just goes down to 0.
Cool. Then it's 0.
Nice.
Which one does that go under? Because there's the CUR rad and the MIN rad. I don't know.
So it'd be your current radiation levels.
That makes sense.
I believe. That's how I did it.
Yeah, my brain went to a different place with what the abbreviations meant. Arkaluk?
So then you determine your equipment, which I didn't pull up those tables for you.
Well, it's okay. Is it in the core rules?
Yeah, it is in the core rules.
Cool, because I do have the core rules.
Or if you have the Neonverse Adventures, it's in the Quick Start pamphlet. Like, it's very easy to get to there.
I don't think I have that. Okay, so this is like basically whatever money I have, I could purchase something, or do you get to start off with certain things?
Whatever money you have, you can purchase something. Like right now, I have absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
But I am bound and determined to be an adventurer.
Like you do.
A couple of goons can't hold me down.
Except I think they did, and then beat the crap out of you.
Not forever.
I mean, Breckett doesn't know that yet, but Rick does.
You could get brass knuckles for $10.
Yeah, no, I was looking at all the different options that I've got. Think I'm gonna get me with my 14 whopping dollars. Um, I'm gonna get a couple of Jolt Colas
Nice.
to start. And there were a couple other things I think I can afford. Hot dog on a stick is $9. That's some inflation right there. Space inflation.
We're already headed that way.
Oh, I know. I know. Too soon. I think I'm gonna get. Okay. So looking at the consumables, it starts with the nutty candy bar.
Yeah.
And it's got like recover D2H. Is that like
That's your
your
health.
health? And then okay, and then the W is like your will.
Yes.
Okay.
So in combat, the enemies can either attack your health or your willpower, and if either reaches 0, it's problematic.
Fair.
As Ash has found out previously.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one Slim Jim, aka the long jerky stick,
Nice.
and a barbecue water, which is the caffeinated soda.
Mmm.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I know this is the exciting stuff that people really live for here.
I love making characters.
Oh yeah, hold on. So on the number, does that mean that's how many you get when you buy it? It almost can't, right?
No. I think that's if you wanted to roll a random consumables.
Gotcha. Okay.
You roll 1d6.
Well, I mean, they would have to because it goes up to 18.
Oh. I'm looking at a different chart.
Ah.
Yours might be a 3d6 chart. I was wondering where the 3d6 came in because it says you need it's always 1d6, 2d6, or 3d6, but I haven't found the 3d6 table yet, and I think you just found it.
Nice.
But then how would you get 1 or 2?
Very carefully. Well, it starts so there's like 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, actually 3, 4, 5 on up to 18.
That makes sense.
They're a lot smarter than I am. I would not have thought of that. Okay, so those are $3 each. I had $10 left, so I've got $4 now.
Wow, mister, you're rich.
I know, right? I'm about to be broke as shit, though. So obviously, I haven't met Ash yet, but you as just a human outside of the game, I'm really tempted to get like the nutty candy bar and the bottled juice to have a little bit more of like health recovery stuff. But I also feel like I probably need something less recovery oriented.
I think I had.
I was gonna say real quick, now that I'm looking, the only other thing that I can afford are sunglasses, which does give +5 to will, so it's very tempting. Yeah, screw it. I'm just gonna get sunglasses and probably a nutty candy bar.
Nice. Juiced up.
Yeah.
So then's the fun part of making your character sheet.
Oh yeah,
After that, yeah, you get to tell us about your appearance and personality.
nice. Um, Real quick on the sunglasses, can you explain to me a little bit about how that works? Like, I get that it says like it gives me a +5. Is that like all the time?
So I was doing it whenever I had them on. It would give me a plus
Right.
5. But, uh, yeah, I think unless they were knocked off your face.
Nice. Yeah, I guess I should. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that. Cool. Um, yeah, I just put it like in parentheses next to my normal will amount. That way,
Perfect.
maybe allegedly I'll remember that. So, as far as the rest of the stuff, is there random tables, or is this something that I just come up come up with, like the appearance and personality and stuff?
Oh, you just come up with it.
Nice. Um, these are great questions, Bob. Questions I thought about very deeply uh, prior to this, meaning I have given zero thought. Um, for the other system, there's not really a requirement to have a character. It's not really the focus of it. So I gave myself a name and a little bit of a background because that just made more sense to me. But I'm gonna say he's got a dad bod because, like, the dad bod is you're not out of shape necessarily, but like you're not in shape. You're somewhere in between because he does enough. Like he does a lot of rock climbing for his space rangering. So it's not like he doesn't exercise. He just doesn't do it like as consistently as maybe he should.
That tracks.
Let's see. Yeah, so he's got fairly short, dark hair. Um, and he's like always just so caught up in his work that he almost always has, a little bit of the 5 o'clock shadow. Um, hmm.
What kind of clothes is he wearing?
So normally, whenever he's out exploring, because he's going to all these other worlds, he's wearing like a full astronauts type setup. Um, but obviously, he's not going to be wearing all of that as he's here. Um, but I would imagine he's wearing some sort of like jumpsuit almost,
Okay.
like a long sleeve romper.
Oh, I love it. Kind of like a scuba suit, but not so fitting. Like, not so form fitting.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I like
It,
that.
it's very nice. Like it's like it probably stands out. I'm guessing in this world because
Probably a little bit.
yeah, um, yeah, because it definitely looks like it was expensive, and it looks like it was expensive.
Okay.
As far as personality goes, he's a pretty like inquisitive type. Um, he always wants to like explore stuff. I mean, that's literally his job. It's what he does basically 24/7. He's just out adventuring. And so, yeah, inquisitive and adventurous.
I just
Uh,
imagined like an Elvis suit, like Elvis's white outfit, like and he's rocking his dad bod, so it's like actually an Elvis impersonator.
yeah, I don't think it'd be white. I think it would be more like gray.
Okay.
Actually, probably more like black, mostly like darker, more muted colors.
Yeah.
Should probably make note of that. Um, but yeah, like Elvis's stuff always, had the flowy sleeves and the bedazzles and stuff like that. Like he definitely is the opposite of
Okay.
showy. Yes, it looks fancy clearly, but um, it's not fancy in like the bedazzled way. Nice.
Your character's definitely gonna stand out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
100%.
I mean, I knew that going into this.
That's okay.
Yeah. Let me see. And yeah, he's probably a little bit awkward because he's usually kind of by himself. So he doesn't really spend a ton of time around other people. Um, but I don't know, is there any more to character creation or are we
That's it. We are good to go after that.
cool?
Actually, you can determine your age, gender, and sexuality if you would like to.
I did that actually because I figured that was stuff that I could. Yeah,
Yeah.
Breckett is 45, male, and he does not really care about sexuality. So I put ace. Like he is all about like science. Does
Nice.
not care about anything else.
Him and Ash have
Uh,
that kind of in common. Ash has never really thought about it. She's
yeah,
like, the fallout happened. Why would I think about that?
and she's 15. Like yes, there is that stereotype of the like hormonal teenagers, but there's also plenty of teenagers who are just like, I'm a child.
Right. Exactly.
So in my head, the last thing that I recorded with Breckett, which was this morning, he had been exploring with another ranger on like this icy planet.
Hmm.
And I would imagine probably after he finished there, because he had a bit of a big discovery, um, most likely he'd be back, like trying to head towards his base, which is Hermes Station, but probably had some problems with the ship and had to stop off to try and get the Griffin fixed, which is the name of his ship. Um, and I don't know. Do you have a name for this world? I don't remember if you.
Um, no, I've just been calling it the Neon Road. I think it's
Yeah.
Earth. It's technically Earth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Whatever works.
a different post-apocalyptic alternate timeline Earth.
Yeah. So, he has to stop off. But he really didn't have a lot of a choice in where he stops. It's kind of an emergency situation. So he doesn't really land in the best of places to get his ship fixed. Um, yeah, and I just kind of imagine like he doesn't probably fully know this, but I just picture after he lands that like the Neon Road people are just like Jawas and they're just going to take part of the ship.
Oh, there are definitely scavengers in the city and a bunch of criminals. Um, However, there are lots of police patrols as well. The city is kind of like a city state. Like you have to have papers to pass or be very convincing.
Great. I'm very charismatic.
Don't worry, Ash has got you. Maybe.
Um,
You don't know that yet, though.
yeah. So I think probably he would be just going to like wherever he thought that he could find help, like
Yeah.
whoever he thought. Um, and I can't remember the name of the guy you were working for.
Yes, I'm so glad you asked me his name. Colin. His name was
Yeah.
Colin.
I mean, to me, it kind of seems like that would be someone who Breckett would likely be told or like kind of guess. Because I don't know how much people would like tell him, yeah, this is what you should do.
Right.
But I feel like that's a pretty logical place to go.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, Brackett's just like headed there and trying to figure out how to get his ship fixed and get the heck out of here.
And so, um, let's say you're walking the street, like here ish, on your way there,
Okay.
and I'm hanging out outside my apartment, as a 15-year-old would do.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna call out to you, hey, 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 mister! I never seen you before! Where you going? Hey, hey, mister! And I'm gonna, like, run to catch up with you.
Brackett's just like, look, kid, I don't know what you want, but I'm kind of busy here.
Where you going?
I've got to get my ship fixed.
Oh, you have a ship? You like to go sailing? I've never been sailing.
Yeah, it's not that kind of ship, kid.
Oh, well, where are you going? Who's gonna fix your ship? Because you're going to Collins. I don't know if he's gonna help you.
Do you know a better place to go?
And like I think for like far too long, and I'm like, no, but I imagine it costs a lot of money, so maybe you should go to Collins. He's got jobs.
Perfect. Yeah, I can't imagine this will be cheap.
And don't worry, buddy. I'll be with you the whole time. And I've just
That
invited myself with and like along.
Breckett is just like kind of stumbling. He's like, "That's not necessary."
Oh,
It's
come on! And I pat you on the back.
and he's just like the whole time that this conversation's going on, he's still just walking, trying to like put some distance between himself and Ash.
And
But
he's
Ash
failing.
clearly, yeah, Ash clearly has way more energy than this 45-year-old.
I'm like actually just running circles around him as he's trying to get away.
Oh, well, I'm just picturing your youngest sister.
Kind of, yeah.
Uh,
Well, you're gonna be so lucky that Colin that you're with me because Colin doesn't like new people very much. But who could say no to me?
apparently, no one.
You look at my like taped together glasses and like my disheveled old clothes, but like I've tried to keep nice. Um, and like I clearly don't have my life together. I am 15.
I mean, I'm 45, clearly do not fit in here, and yeah, I do not have my shit together either. Just in different ways.
So as we're walking down the street, I imagine we would need to roll on the city table
Okay.
for the streets
Where-
move.
Where is that?
Page 27 of the core rules book.
Nice. Thankfully, I already had that open. I just gotta get there as soon as my computer lets me. Okay. So
Then
okay.
we will see. Yeah, I figure we'll just roll once for both of us instead of us rolling separate for
Yeah.
for like the streets move type stuff, just to
Absolutely.
keep it not as convoluted.
Yeah.
So if you want to roll a d6
That's a 5.
We have run into a crowded people, or a crowd of people. The crowd is gathered here. Make a strength test to push past everyone.
And remind me how exactly that works. I know you said, but I've
So you're
forgot.
going to look at your strength modifier, which this
Hmm.
is not going to be good for Ash.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be great for Breckett either.
So we roll a d6 and we hope to get the number of our strength modifier or lower.
Okay.
Oh shit. I
That's a 5.
bounce off someone.
Yeah, I got a 5, so I feel like you bounce off of them straight into Breckett, and we both just like recoil a little bit.
Yeah. And so since we failed, we lose one will and try again.
Poor Will. He's always getting lost.
Which I didn't fix mine last time, so I don't have to fix it this time. Nice.
Already fit.
So try again. I got a 1!
Nice. I got a 6.
Oh no. So
Yeah.
I use my like little petite like size and just weasel my way through these people's legs, and then I look back and I'm like, oh nuts. I lost the man.
Yeah, I feel like Breckett this time tries to take the lead, and it was just like, let me do this, and then immediately just gets shoved by somebody, like bodily shoved. But because of that, Ash was able to sneak by. So teamwork.
Absolutely.
So I'll do that again, and that time it's a 1.
Nice. Third time's a charm.
Yeah. So Breckett just like after that person kind of shoved him, he's just like dusting himself off a little bit and sees that maybe there's a bit of a part in the crowd that he hadn't noticed before.
Yeah, Ash made the hole.
Yeah. People are like, why is this child running between our legs?
Exactly. So we make it through this crowd, and on the other side is Colin's shop. And Colin's shop, we decided last time, is a 3-part shop. He has armor, weapons, and guns. Like knives, guns, and armor.
Like you do.
Yeah. And rumor has it that they're putting in an augment shop next door, but hasn't quite gotten put up yet.
Yeah. Takes time.
And I don't think I have a picture of Colin in here. But he
That's okay.
looks like a little cyborg guy.
Yeah, I remember him.
Oh, that's why I couldn't find it. I was looking at the wrong thing. And so I imagine that, like, he's started to get so many people wanting jobs that, like, the police won't do.
Right.
That he's just put up a job board.
Yeah, I feel like Breckett still walks in and is just like, so this one here, and he just points at Ash, says you might be able to help. I need some parts to fix my ship.
Hi, Colin! And, so... I mean, I don't, You want me Colin, or you want me to be Colin?
You already have been Colin, so I'll let you keep being Colin.
Okay, I don't remember his voice.
NPC. I'll take the next NPC.
Okay. Well... What kind of ship are you talking about? Because, I've never seen the likes of you around here. I know everyone in town.
I am definitely not from here.
How do I know that you ain't some kind of spy?
I don't know who would be spying dressed like this. And like it clearly has his name on his like chest.
Yeah.
basically. It's like Ranger Breckett in big, obvious letters. Kind of like my shirt here, how it's got, my D&D character name on it.
Nice.
Um, yeah, it's my Spelljammer character. Um, yeah, so he's just like, I don't know that I would make a very good spy dressed like this.
Oh,
Uh,
he takes like a look at you for a second and is like, ah, yes. I suppose that does track. That makes a lot of sense. You wouldn't be a very
and
good spy. Just like this
and
one.
and Breckett just kind of like pulls out something that's like kind of the equivalent of a thumb drive almost, and he presses a button on it, and a little hologram appears with like rough schematics of the Griffin. So it's like this rotating image of the ship, and it's just like you know really kind of like Episode 1 Star Wars, where they've got like the little hologram of their ship that they need from Watto.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is our Watto.
So I imagine Colin takes a look at it and is like, so what part is it that you're looking for?
Well, the motivator seems to be going out.
Ah,
In
my
fact, I think
motivator went out years ago.
Breckett's just like, I think it's actually completely shot at this point. So,
Ah. Well, I might know where to acquire you a part. However, it'll cost you. But lucky for you, I have plenty of jobs with, wealthy parties willing to always pay the bounty on each job.
well, I suppose that's what has to be done.
I'll look around for your motivator, and you take a job for me. A deal's a deal.
Okay. Yeah, and I feel like as he, looks at the job board, there's just one that clearly stands out above the rest. Like I don't know if it's maybe a little bit more brightly colored. If they put like a little bit more work into like basically the marketing for this. Somebody was like, we need to get people. Yeah, it's like the like job ads. Like they got somebody to be on the job ad for this, and yeah, it looks nice. It seems like it pays decently well, especially compared to some of the other jobs. Like most of the others are sort of like nickel and dime in comparison. And Breckett just pulls it off the board and is like, "Here we go. This is for us." But it definitely would not have like a lot of information on there.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, Breckett would probably not go.
So Ash is just gonna like let him read the job board for a minute before starting to talk again. And be like, what job do you pick, mister? What job are we gonna do? It sure looks like you could use some help, so I'm coming with you. You don't really have a choice.
Yep, that's kind of what I gathered.
Oh, you're good at gathering things?
Yes, I gather lots of specimens. That's my job. And he just like he turns back to Colin and is like, this is a safe for children kind of job, right?
Ah, safe for that one at least.
It's not very reassuring, but okay.
Okay. I got some calls to make.
Yeah, Breckett's already like started out the door.
Ash is like on his heels.
Word on the streets is that citizens from the city are making their way out to a secretive nightclub called the Venus Flytrap in one of the ruined cities. Word is that the club is in the middle of a toxic waste dump that is overgrown with a killer mutant plant. The exclusive club members are supposedly going in order to get alcoholic shots of plant juice. They believe this juice will make them more attractive over time, giving them the green glow, smooth skin, and more. However, it has some serious side effects, including turning into part plant. Uh, the city council is concerned that these people will return to the city and possibly infect others. They're asking anyone to head out and kill all of the club members. And oh no, I went too far.
Ah!
Exactly. So yeah, you will move through the club one room at a time in numerical order using the included map. Um, each room has a description and a specific monster type to fight. You still must roll d6 to see how many of that monster are there, except for rooms 5 or 6, which is only one monster. I feel like the ad probably leaves out a fair amount of information, about like kill, the dangers, things like that. Like it's a little bit vague on some of those details, and it just says like investigate, take care of.
Clear.
Yeah, yeah.
Clear the
And so,
entire club of its members. And it just looks like a nightclub ad.
well, I feel like it looks like a nightclub ad, and it probably just says like, um, clear out the plants
Yeah.
from the club. And so he's just like, oh, this is really a pretty tedious kind of thing. Like this is just like gardening basically, or like janitorial work. Like you're just going here to clean up this club. And he's like, oh yeah, this seems easy. I think we can handle this.
I think we can handle anything.
And it definitely it would have to leave out like the toxic waste dump and things like that, like things that would clearly chase off anyone,
Remotely willing to take this task.
yeah, yeah.
Haha. Okay, so we leave Collins, and we need to roll another d6 to traverse the city.
Okay. Do you want to do that, or do you want me to?
I'll do it this time. Or actually, you do it while I pull up the table.
Cool. That is a 5.
Okay, so the crowd is still there. They have not subsided. And we're gonna have to roll again. Oh, too much. We're gonna have to roll again to weasel our way through them once more.
We didn't weasels. Hey, that's a 1.
Nice. So Breckett gets through the crowd, however you would like to, but Ash does not.
Okay.
So -1 with.
I think Breckett just like holds up the flyer for the job, and people are just like, oh, okay. Because they the locals probably know a little bit more about this club and know that it's not as safe as Breckett probably thinks it is.
Yeah, especially the people older than Ash.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ash just gets like turned around in the crowd and then walks back out at Colin's shop.
Like you do.
Yeah. So then I'm going to lose another will.
Poor Will.
Oh, this is a nightmare, but it's okay.
Ash just ends up getting knocked out by this crowd before we even get on the adventure.
Yeah, probably. Because she's really struggling to get through this crowd. Oh my god, I got a 2, and that's not good enough! My will is just decreasing every time I get close to these people. They're not very nice.
Oh, you know what it was? It was my sweet shades that I've got on.
Ah, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down to 19 will.
Yeah, I feel
18.
like Breckett like sees that Ash is struggling and just like turns around and is like, "Here, kid, you need these more than I do." And hands you the sunglasses.
Thanks. They took mine. The goons, they took my sunglasses.
Yeah, they seem like some awful people. Stealing from kids. What's this world coming to? Because he has no idea that this world has been less than great for a while.
Yeah. Well, the fallout really affected us. And there's a lot of strange people now. But I cannot get through this crowd. Like, people are just blocking my way every time I get through the path.
Yeah, Breckett's just like, you said fallout? Are you sure you're using the right word?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. This seems fine.
Oh my god, I finally got it. Okay. I'm down to 17 will, but I finally got it. Okay. Finally, I get through this crowd and completely catch up with Breckett, so we're not having to shout across the crowd our conversations.
Right.
And so then where was it? So the mission is in the ruins. And I imagine like Ash is looking over your shoulder as you're like looking at it, like over the debriefing and like the map of the area, and be like,
yeah,
I kind of know where that is. That's kind of not too far from my apartment, but like it might be dangerous to get there because we have to go through the wilds to get to the ruins, but at least it's not a super far trek.
I'm sure there's no danger. This Colin seems like an upstanding fella.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let me see, which one was I gonna do? Yeah, so Breckett is just gonna hand you also one of the caffeinated sodas.
Okay.
So that recovers a d6 of will.
So I, as a child, a 15-year-old child, I am going to immediately drink all of it.
Like you do.
Oh, that's a 6. Is that good in this case or bad?
I think it would be good. Doesn't that just mean you like get 6 back?
I think so, yeah. So I'm back at 23 out of 25.
Nice.
And I have begun talking even faster than I was before and more excited. And so we have walked through the city into the wilds. And that is just a wooded area.
Okay.
So we're walking through a wooded area. The trees make hiding easier. Have your health damage taken here. Nice.
Awesome. And Breckett is just like focused, like half ignoring Ash because you're just like rattling off at top speed all of this just random stuff that he's just like, yeah.
That's the oak tree that survived the fallout, and then let's just hope we don't find any zombies here. Sometimes the police patrol, and like I just continue.
Breckett's like, hold on, did you say zombies?
Yeah, zombies.
I think you've been watching too many films.
Yeah. What else are we gonna do after the fallout?
Yeah, you keep using that word.
Well, they dropped the nuclear bombs, and then everywhere in the world was just a bunch of flames, and I don't know. I was playing my Atari, and next thing I knew, that the world was totally different.
And Breckett just like stops, turns around, and he's just like rubbing the bridge of his nose. He's like, I'm sorry, Ash, did you say bombs?
Yeah, nuclear bombs.
Oh, yeah. I made the right choice stopping here. Uh-huh.
So there's lots of zombies, but you gotta be careful because they're gonna eat you. And then some people got turned into monsters, and we just call them the mutants. And they live in the wastes, and yeah, that's why everything's kind of weird here.
Breckett's like mumbling to himself. He's like, kinda, that's an understatement. But like trying to, like, he's just so used to being by himself that he kind of talks to himself out loud, but he is conscious of the fact that Ash is there and, a child. So he's trying to not be obvious about it.
Absolutely.
Probably failing somewhat, but
Yeah, she's pretty charismatic and intuitive in conversation, but not much else.
Yeah. Like you do.
Yeah.
Just talking.
So then if you want to roll a d6, we'll see if we can traverse these woods.
Okie doke. That is a 6.
A 6. A gang is robbing travelers. Make a charisma check to intimidate them, or a willpower check to outsmart them.
Oh, it's willpower for sure.
I'm gonna talk to them. Charisma.
And you said you have to roll under it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I got a 3, which is 1 under my will.
Perfect, because I got a 3, which is 1 under my charisma. So I'm just talking them, and you're like outwitting them.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, why don't you start off with how you're like charismatically? Because I feel like Ash probably would be the first to speak up.
Yeah, she's definitely not shy. Hey, mister, why are you hiding behind that tree?
Oh, yeah. I guess I did say I was going to be the NPC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this just like tough looking dude, cut off sleeves, basically like the cover, just not on a motorcycle. It's just like, shut up, kid.
Don't you tell me to shut up. I'll have you know that the last person that told me to shut up just really had a bad time. And like, I'm clearly like, nobody in this scenario would know that I was lying, but I'm lying.
Yeah. Breckett's just like, yeah, sir, what are you doing here?
So, do you want to narrate it, or?
Yeah, so you said, okay, remind me, what was the thing that we're supposed to roll for? I don't remember the wording of it.
So you rolled to outsmart them, and I rolled to intimidate them.
Okay. So I feel like probably between the two of us, we kind of are like, doing like a good cop, bad cop thing. And it just probably ends up confusing him more than anything. And he's just like, whatever. And he just walks off.
Absolutely. Just gets flustered.
Yeah. And it's just like, kind of mumbles to himself. He's like, better watch it, kid.
You better watch it, mister.
Breckett's just like, now, come on. Let's just keep going, Ash. Let
Now
this
he knows
fine.
my name. I don't even know your name.
It's on. It's right here.
I can't read.
Are there no schools here either?
Fall out.
Well, I'm Ranger Breckett. It's it's something to meet you, Ash. I think it's a pleasure.
It's such a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Breckett. So, then we will move past that encounter and onto the mission area. And so, I imagine this wouldn't be the very first place that we would come to in the ruins. You know, that doesn't.
Right.
That's too convenient. So, if you would like to roll 2d6 to see what we come to in the ruins before we approach this club.
That's double sixes.
Hey! We have approached a gas leak.
Yeah, Breckett's just like, hold on. I smell gas. This is not safe.
It says no firearms may be used here.
Good thing we're both too poor for that.
Yep. And then I will roll 1d6 to see if we're allowed to move through this gas leak or what.
Okay.
And so you smell this gas and it's coming from behind this forgotten army barricade. And so there's this barricade that has been put up that is falling to pieces now. But there's like pieces of barbed wire coming out of it that is like clipped in places that it shouldn't be clipped, and we have to make a dexterity test to climb over and lose 1 will if you fail and try again.
All the will. Oof.
And this is nice for Ash because she's proficient in dexterity. I say that, I haven't rolled.
Breckett is not. He got a 4 on his first one.
Uh-oh.
So he's catching up to Ash on the little will there. Ooh, that's a 6. Yeah. Not doing so hot. Hey, there we go.
I failed twice.
Me too. Yeah, I'm down to 21 out of 25 will.
I'm now at 20 because I spoke too soon. Hey, I got it that time though.
Nice.
20 out of 25. So we climb over this barricade. You know, it takes me like 6 tries. The barricade's 3/4 of my height.
And Breckett's like the whole time just like, no, your foot, get your foot right there, right there. Ash,
I'm trying. I
like
have
he
2
makes
feet.
it a little bit. He makes it a little bit before you, yeah, and you like you put your left foot across your body a couple times.
Absolutely.
It's like playing Twister basically.
I end up like Kronk, just standing on the barricade on accident.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, Ash, just jump down. I got you.
So like the first jump I miss and like kind of scratch my shins up a little bit, but not too bad because I'm wearing Fallout jeans, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Fallout brand.
Yeah. They called it Bethesda.
Oh, great! Now we're getting sued by them.
That's okay. It'll take them forever to do it.
Yeah, and it'll be buggy.
Yeah. Shit. That joke ruined my whole brain.
Yeah, I got a little too real there.
So, yeah, so we get past this barricade, and It's really up to you. Do you want to roll one more location before we get to the place, or we can just retcon that we went to the place?
Mm, I don't know. How long have we been going now? Since we started recording?
Great question. I
I mean, I
don't.
know you said you didn't want to edit a whole bunch of stuff, so I've been trying to keep it fairly on track, but
I'm not sure.
I mean,
A little while.
I was gonna say, like, if you want, we can just say, like, okay, we made it to the club, or we can do one more. Well, let's do one more, um, and then we'll, like, you can stop the recording or do however you want to do. Like, I don't know what's easiest for you, and then we'll do the second part, like, actually at the club.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, if we do one more area. Or we don't even have to. We could just stop it now and then.
Yeah, one more makes sense. Like, it didn't take
Yeah,
all that long to get through that one, so.
that's true. Okay.
Is it 1d6 or 2d6?
2d6 for area.
Okay. That is 9.
So after we've gone past this, what was it, the barricade last time?
Yeah, the leaky barricade.
Yeah, now we have come to an old army medical station.
Okay.
Oh. Heal 2d6 health on your first visit here, which would be nice if we needed health.
Yeah. But, in theory.
Yeah. And so then we do 1d6 roll for the streets move chart.
Cool. That's a 1.
Clear streets, move freely.
Hey.
And so then we move along until we approach this plant-ridden nightclub.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Okay, Ash, let's get this over with.
You think they're gonna let me in?
I think we're just here to clean it up, so I'm sure it's fine.
Okay. And so we see this place. And we come up to, what is it, area 1? The back entrance? Yeah. So as we approach, waving plant tendrils try to stop us from reaching the club. There are at least 3 tendrils. Okay.
I assume that means, like, we have to roll to see how many there are.
Yeah.
I got a 3.
There are 3 tendrils. Nice. And the stats are down there. I got it. Perfect. So, combat. The bane of my existence. But we out here. We trying. So, Ash just kind of looks at Breckett and is like, what are we gonna do about it? I just have my fist. Should I punch it?
And Breckett just kind of, like, holds out his hands and looks at you, looks down at them, is like, I don't know what you're expecting of me. That's all I've got, too.
Let's
But
punch it together.
We're here to do a job. I said clean up the plants, so guess this is plant number 1.
Let's do it. And I'm looking for the combat rules. So the very first step, and we can just decide what order we're gonna go in if you want. We can go you, then me, then the plant.
Sure.
I couldn't decide whether I was gonna do the plant having a turn, because we lose health if we fail based on the enemy's health damage score. And I think that might be how it's supposed to be.
I don't know.
That's how we're gonna do it today.
Works for me.
So you, then me, then you, then me, then you, then me.
Cool. So what do I need to do?
So the very first step is the grit step. You make a charisma test to show no fear in the face of the enemy.
I'm great at the charisma. So good. That's a 5. Did not grit.
Okay, so you lose 1d3 will.
Oof. Oh no. It landed so goofy. Jesus. Okay, that's 3 will.
Oof. So Ash is gonna try to punch this plant, or like, grab it and yank it up out of the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, Breckett like goes to try and like get his hands in there, and it's a little thornier than he thought it was going to be.
Oh,
Like it doesn't,
I jumped
doesn't really
ahead.
like hurt. Oh, did you?
I did a little bit. So now you make a melee attack. That was just to see if you were scared of the plant.
Right.
And so now you can choose a ranged attack or a melee attack.
All I've got is the melee,
So a strength test.
and I got a 1.
Hey, so that passes.
Yeah.
So roll the chosen weapon's damage and
It's my
subtract
fist.
the rolled amount from the target's life force.
Yeah, it's my fist, so that's a 1.
This was 1, yeah. You don't even get a roll, do you? No. Okay, so the plant loses 1 life force. So it's at 2.
Wait.
And so then, I rolled a second ago and failed my charisma test. And so I'm going to lose will. Will. I'm gonna lose 2 will.
Breckett's just like, it's okay, Ash. There's nothing to be frightened of. It's just a plant. As his hands are like shaking.
You ever seen a plant like this? And I try to grab it, but I rolled a 2 and I need a 1 to pass a strength test. So,
Oof.
if you fail, you lose health according to the enemy's health damage score. So the enemy's health damage score is 1d3. 3. -3 health.
R.I.P.
That's okay. Not yet, because now it's your turn.
Yeah. All right. So, do we grit every turn?
I think it's, yeah, it says there are 3 simple steps that must be completed each round. Grit step, range step, melee step.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh, thank God, I got a 1. So I gritted. I
You
did
get that
good.
grit.
Yeah. And it doesn't do anything special. It's just like, if you pass, you pass. If not, you.
If you pass, you gain 1 will.
Oh,
If you're not already at your max.
I got some will back. That's good because I was at 18 out of 25. It was starting to not look as great. Like that's still pretty good, but it could have been better, you know.
Ash 100% understands.
And then it bounced out. That's a 4. I did not pass. So now I'm gonna take some damage. And you said it was 1d3?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. It's 3.
Oof. So we are just getting beat up by this plant, but I like grit my teeth and just growl at this plant and show it that I have no fear. And I'm not lying this time. And I gain 1 will.
Hey, we're both at 19.
We are, and so I'm going. Oh, okay. That's a floor die now.
Nice.
Oh, I wish it wasn't because I am going to try to grab this plant, and it is going to, like, hit me with one of its tendrils and deal me 2 damage to me. Breckett, this plant is so strong. Why is it so strong?
Well, you have mentioned that fallout. That would be my guess.
Do you think it's the radiation?
You know, I think it's anyone's guess, Ash. But one sec, I will be right back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Sorry, my heater kicked on, and like, it doesn't really affect it, but it does a little bit. Like, the audio quality gets less good. Bless you.
Oh my god! Okay. Everything's fine.
So back to Breckett, right?
Yes.
Cool. I don't do so great on my grit. The second time, it's like, Ash, I commend you. I don't know how you do this. This world is terrible.
I don't know any different.
Thankfully, I got a 1 on my melee attack, though.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this plant's still hanging on. Still a little bit alive.
Yeah.
But Breckett's definitely putting in lots of work. You're good at that, mister!
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think this is the first plant that's ever fought back.
Oh, stick around a little while. You'll find some more.
I appreciate the offer, but no thank you.
And then you talking about the plant fighting back just, you know, reinstills some fear into Ash as she loses just a little bit of will. But
I love that our numbers. I love that our numbers have like consistently stayed the same.
Yeah, that's nice.
Well, actually, you took some health damage there, so you're a little bit below me. But
and I'm about to take some more. I don't know how you keep hitting this. It just keeps wiggling out of my way.
Well, it helps that I have these gloves, you see.
Oh, I wish I could afford gloves.
They just kind of came with the job.
So then it is Breckett's turn next.
Cool. Grit it. Hey, that's a 1.
Nice.
And then, yeah, know that. Does anything happen if I fail the melee? I can't remember.
Yeah, you lose health according to the enemy's health damage score. So that was 1d3.
That's right. That's right. Cool. That time it's only a 2. Because I failed. Yeah, so the will, or the grit, sorry. I feel like Ash, you know, being kind of nervous, uncomfortable, however you want to say that, just steals his like willpower a little bit, and he's just like, okay, internally he's like, I need to be the adult here, but then just like some big thorns just jab him straight through the glove, and he's just like, yep, we're doing good work here, kid.
You really think we're doing good work? And then, I gain 1 will.
Nice.
You saying that just reinstilled just a little bit of willpower into Ash's mind. And she goes to punch or to pull this plant out of the ground, and probably likewise gets a handful of thorns. And she's gonna take 3 damage.
Yikes.
This kind of hurts.
Yeah, you're looking a little torn up there, kid. You okay?
I'm okay for now. Let's get this plant.
You're right. Oof. Yeah. I think Breckett is starting to feel a little bit hopeless as he fails his grit. And then he fails his attack. Oof. But he only takes 2 damage.
You doing okay?
Oh, yes, I'm fine. As he's like, he takes off one of his gloves and you can see that his hand is bleeding.
Look, we match! And I hold up my hand to him.
He's like, yep.
And, the solidarity of matching wounds with Breckett has really boosted my morale just a little bit. And my will raises 1 more.
We are clearly very different people, Breckett and Ash.
Yeah.
But that checks out. Like the like teenager being like, oh, hey, this grown up believes in me and stuff. And then this grown up being like, we're getting the crap beat out of us and I'm supposed to be the adult here.
Yep. And Ash goes to take care of this plant once more and fails. This plant is just giving her the hardest of times.
Really giving you the business.
I think you can get it, mister. It's a tough one.
I'm just picturing the little kids from Hercules.
Somebody call
Jeepers,
IXII!
Yeah. Jeepers, mister.
Jeepers, mister.
Oh, man. Yeah. My will is going to take another hit as I do not do so great on the grit. And, oh, dang. That is a 2. I needed a 1. So, yeah. Oh, don't hit it. I got to do my damage. It's another 2.
Aha.
Breckett is looking pretty rough. About as rough as Ash, maybe slightly worse.
Ooh, good.
Yeah.
Love to hear that.
Like, not a lot worse, but
Right. Ooh. My morale's gone down just a little bit, but not enough to deter me from gaining some.
Nice.
Please. No. I get another thorn into my hand, and it just starts bleeding, more. As my health goes down with my blood levels.
Ooh. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Let me do something about that. Breckett's just gonna hand you a nutty candy bar.
Okay. You think now's the time to eat candy?
Yeah, you're not yourself right now, Ash.
Okay. I will eat said candy bar during your turn.
Yeah.
Or during my turn this round.
Yeah, Breckett's just like, you're getting a little hangry, kid.
What's hangry?
Well, ask me later. He gets a 1 on his grit. So I get a little bit of will back. Son of a bitch. Got a 2 on my melee.
Oh,
So this plant is just beating us down. Take
yep.
another 2 damage.
Oof.
And
And
I was gonna say on no, he's not gonna do anything else.
okay. So I'm eating this candy bar and I feel like 2 points restored. And that I think that would take like my whole turn. Eating the whole candy bar.
Yeah, I mean, however we want to do that.
Yeah, we'll just have it take 1 turn and then
Okay. So I'll go again. Oof. Will came back briefly, but then is quickly fading. Oh, yikes. I'm going to take some more health damage. That's another 2.
Oof.
I am down to 10.
Oh no.
I mean, it's okay. I've got my not a Slim Jim.
Not a Slim Jim. Your trusty meat stick.
Mm-hmm. My Jim Slim.
So, this nutty candy bar has, given me even more will than I had before as my stomach is full.
Nice.
But not quite enough strength. I got a 2.
But also, what does that say about Ash in this horrible world that the equivalent of like a Snickers fills you up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta love it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do my thing. Ooh, let's see. Yeah, no. I lose a little bit more will. Breckett's like will to live is quickly fading. He's just like, I am absolutely being beaten by a plant, by an unintelligent life form.
Oof.
And he's just not having it. Oh man, this is not looking good. And he takes another 2 damage.
Oh no.
Not, yeah, we're doing bad. We're doing real bad.
What are you talking about?
And,
We're doing okay. I'm trying to like reassure him. And I rolled a 1 for my grit test, so
Nice.
I'm gonna gain an additional will. Like I have almost back to max will. However, failing in the health department. Sorry, there was a motorcycle and it was annoying.
Yeah, I heard it too.
I hit it!
Thank God.
I hit the plant and it finally, like, I pull it out and I manage to grab, like, the one spot that doesn't have thorns and I grab it out by its roots and it just kind of like cartoon fizzles out.
Right. And Breckett just like totally emulates that scene from Office Space where they like kick the shit out of the printer.
Yeah.
As he just like kicks the shit out of this plant after. Like he kind of loses like his shit for a second. Ash just sees like this adult kind of snap briefly and just stomps on this plant. And he's like, okay, well, guess we gotta finish this job. And he's gonna munch on his long jerky stick and regain 2. Oh man, this is not going so well.